Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, buckle up. This is where we dig into the ancient, rock-solid wisdom of Stoicism and figure out how to sling it into our chaotic 21st century lives like a boss. Today, we're tackling a big one, relationships. Specifically, we're rolling out 12 things smart men shouldn't do with women, all seen through the lens of Stoic philosophy. This isn't just some quick listicle. Nah, this is a deep dive, a full-on masterclass for any guy who wants to navigate the wild waters of love, dating, or just human connection with a clear head and a strong spine. Whether you're single, swiping through apps, locked down in a relationship, or just trying to figure out how to deal with the women in your life, mom, sisters, friends, this is for you. Before we get rolling, you know the drill. Smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a beat, and drop a thumbs up if you're hyped to level up your relationship game with some stoic swagger. We're about to go long and deep, so let's not waste a second. Here's the first of 12 principles to live by. Let's do this. Number 1, don't overshare your past like you're on a reality show. All right, picture this. You're on a date, coffee's steaming, vibes are good, and suddenly you're spilling your whole life story like it's the season finale of The Bachelor. Oh, let me tell you about the time I got dumped in high school, cried for a week, and ate nothing but Hot Pockets. Sound familiar? We've all been tempted. But Stoicism's got a big ol' red flag to wave here. Friedrich Nietzsche, who's not a Stoic but vibes with the crew, said something slick about how old ideas, or old baggage, can sneak back to haunt us if we're not careful. Your past, it's not a free-for-all buffet. Smart men don't crack open their soul and serve up every heartbreak, every failure, every awkward moment to someone they barely know. Why? Because that stuff's gold. It's the raw material that built you into the guy you are now. You don't need to hand it over like it's a PowerPoint presentation. Think of your life like a fortress. Sure, let her peek through the gate, share a little, be real. But you don't fling open every door and say, here's the armory, here's where I keep my insecurities. Go wild. I made this mistake once, fam, early 20s, met this girl at a party, and by midnight I'd told her about my parents' divorce, my dog dying, the works. She was sweet about it, but I could tell she was like, TMI, dude. Lesson learned, oversharing doesn't make you relatable. It makes you a target. Maybe she uses it against you later. Maybe she just bolts because it's too heavy. Either way, you lose. Stoics like Epictetus would say, focus on what you control. Your narrative's yours to shape. Share the highlights, the wins, the funny bits. Keep the deep cuts for when trust's earned. Your past isn't a sales pitch or a sob story. It's a treasure map only you get to read. Guard it like the badass you are. Number 2, don't let fear of being alone turn you into a doormat. Next up, let's talk about the F word. No, not that one. Fear. Specifically, the fear of being alone. Aristotle, who's not a Stoic but drops wisdoms Stoics would nod at, said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. You can't know yourself if you're sprinting away from solitude like it's a horror movie monster. Real talk, how many guys, maybe you, maybe me back in the day, have leapt into a relationship, clung to a fling, or stayed in a dumpster fire romance just because the idea of being solo felt like a gut punch? That's not smart, fam. That's panic. Smart men don't let fear call the shots. Being alone, it's not a death sentence. It's a flex. Think about it. Solitude's where you figure out who you are, what you want, what lights you up. You don't need a co-pilot to validate your existence. I'll get personal here. After a breakup a few years back, I was terrified of empty weekends. I'd text anyone, swipe on every app just to fill the void. Then one day I said, screw it, took myself to a movie, hit the gym, cooked a steak. Guess what? I didn't die. I thrived. Suddenly, I wasn't chasing women to fix me. I was choosing them because they added something real. Laughs, vibes, growth. That's the Stoic move. Face the fear. Own your space. When you're cool with being alone, you stop settling for less. You're not some half-finished puzzle waiting for her piece. You're a whole damn picture already. Act like it, king. Number 3, don't toss your time into a black hole. Time is the one resource you can't refill. And Seneca, the Stoic MVP, nailed it when he said, it's not that we have so little time, but that we waste so much of it. Ever catch yourself pouring every spare minute into someone else, texting nonstop, canceling plans, basically turning your life into her personal fan club? That's a trap, man. Smart men don't let their calendars get hijacked. Your time's your power. Don't hand it over like it's loose change. Picture this. You're a busy guy, work, gym, maybe a side hustle, and suddenly you're ditching it all because she's dropping hints about needing attention. Next thing you know, your guitar's dusty, your boys haven't seen you in weeks, and you're Googling cute date ideas instead of grinding on your goals. Been there. Used to spend hours crafting perfect replies to a girl who'd ghost me half the time. Waste of energy. Stoicism's all about balance. Give her time, sure, but keep your own clock ticking. Block off hours for you. Hit the weights, read that book, binge that show you love. I started scheduling me time like it's a damn meeting. 9 p.m., headphones on, world off. Guess what? I'm happier, sharper, and when I do hang with someone, I'm present, not drained. A woman worth your time respects your hustle. She doesn't demand your soul. Protect those minutes like they're gold, because they are. Number 4, don't forget to hype yourself up. Epictetus, one of Stoicism's big dogs, said we shouldn't just chase claps from the crowd. We've got to give ourselves some love too. Smart men don't sleep on their own wins. You crushed a project at work, ran a 5K, finally nailed that recipe without burning the kitchen down. Celebrate it, dude. Too many guys get so wrapped up trying to impress her, showing off, playing modest, that they forget to feel good about themselves. That's a confidence killer. Think about it. Every time you push through, every little victory, that's fuel for your fire. You don't need her to throw confetti, throw it yourself. I used to shrug off my wins, thought it was humble to say, oh, it's no big deal. Then a buddy called me out. Bro, you worked your ass off, own it. Changed my whole game. Now, if I hit a goal, like when I finished a coding course last year, I'll crack a beer, blast some tunes, and soak it in. Doesn't matter if she notices. I do. That's the Stoic flex, building yourself up from the inside. Maybe she's impressed, maybe not. Either way, you're walking taller. Don't wait for her applause. Be your own hype man. Number 5, don't sacrifice your mental health for her smile. This one's a gut check, so lean in. Your mental health isn't a bargaining chip. Hurting yourself, stress, sleepless nights, that pit in your stomach just to keep her happy, that's like setting your own car on fire to warm her hands. Madness. Smart men don't play that game. Stoicism's crystal clear. Your peace is non-negotiable. If she's draining you, games, guilt trips, endless drama, you don't owe her your sanity. I've seen it too often. Good dudes twisting themselves into pretzels, ignoring their own limits, all for a nod of approval. I've been that dude. Dated someone years back who thrived on chaos, arguments at 2 a.m., hot and cold vibes. I'd stay up, stressed out, trying to fix it while my head was a war zone. Finally hit a wall, realized I was losing myself to save something that wasn't even worth it. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius would say, control what you can, let go of what you can't. Set boundaries, say no, step back, walk away if it's toxic. Your joy's not her punching bag. Protect it like it's your last lifeline, because it kinda is. Number 6, don't fake it till you break it. Albert Camus wasn't a Stoic, but he'd high-five this one. Stop obsessing over what others think. Saying yes to stuff you hate, dates you dread, plans that suck the life out of you, is like choking on a grin. Smart men live real. Be you, raw and unfiltered. If you're a metalhead and she's all about pop, cool. Crank your Slayer and let her jam to Taylor Swift. Don't slap on a mask to match her playlist. I tried faking it once. Met a girl who loved fancy wine tastings. I'm a beer guy, through and through. But I went, swirled the glass, pretended I cared about notes of oak. Hated every second. She could tell. Total flop. Stoicism's about authenticity. Say no when you mean it. Love what you love. Own your quirks. You're not here to audition for her life. You're the lead in yours. Drop the act and watch how much freer you feel. Real's magnetic. Fake's just exhausting. Number 7. Don't abandon your path to follow hers. Seneca, the Stoic heavyweight, dropped some straight fire when he said, if you try to be in too many places at once, you're really nowhere. That hits hard, especially in relationships. Smart men don't ditch their own road, their dreams, their grind, their vibe, just to match someone else's GPS. Imagine you're chasing a career in graphic design, pouring your soul into late-night sketches, and she's all about uprooting to a new city for her corporate gig. Suddenly, You're tossing your portfolio in the trash to tag along like a lost puppy. That's not love, bro. That's surrender. Your path is yours for a reason. Every goal you've set, every late night you've worked hard, every time you've said, "This is who I am," that's your map. Changing it to fit her blueprint, that's like wearing boots 3 sizes too small, painful and pointless. I've seen it happen. My buddy Jake, a talented musician, moved across state lines for a girl who wanted a stable life. He traded gigs for a 9-to-5 job he hated, and last I checked, he's miserable, with his guitar gathering dust. Don't be Jake. Stoicism is about owning your journey. Marcus Aurelius would tell you to focus on what's in your control, and that's your direction, not hers. If she's the one, she'll walk beside you, not drag you off course. Maybe you compromise a little, that's fine, but don't erase your whole damn roadmap. I've learned this too. I almost gave up my passion for writing for a relationship that didn't even last. Now, I stick to my lane, and it feels like freedom. Walk your path, head high. Your life's not her detour. Number 8, don't ghost your crew for her spotlight. Plato wasn't a Stoic, but he'd agree with this analogy. People are like soil. Some help you grow, and some choke your roots. Your friends, your family, they're the good soil, the ones who've supported you through thick and thin. Smart men don't shove that aside just to score points with a woman. Ever seen a guy disappear from the group chat, skip the game nights, and basically turn into a ghost because he's chasing her approval? That's a rookie move, and it's a fast track to regret. Your crew is your backbone. Those late night talks with your best friend, the inside jokes, the time your sister helped you out of a jam. That's gold. Trading it for a shaky romance? Nah. I messed this up once. Dated someone who didn't get my friends, so I started ditching them. "Oh, she needs me tonight," I'd say, skipping poker night. Months later, she's gone, and I'm texting my boys like, "Hey, you still around?" Luckily, they were, but I felt like an idiot. Stoics like Epictetus would say, don't cling to what's fleeting. Your crew's the solid ground, not the fling. Keep those roots deep. Call your mom, grab a beer with the squad, lean on the people who've always had your back. A woman worth your time won't make you choose. She'll fit into that circle, not drag you out of it. Balance it, fam. Your support system's not disposable. Number 9, don't obsess over her like she's your whole universe. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor himself, was all about keeping your balance. Obsessing over someone throws that out the window. Smart men don't turn into satellites, orbiting her every move while their own world fades into the background. You know the type. Checking her texts every 5 seconds, overanalyzing her lol reply, bending every plan to fit her mood. That's not devotion. That's a one-way ticket to losing yourself. Picture this. You're so hooked on pleasing her that your dreams, your gym routine, your side hustle, your Netflix queue start collecting dust. You're not a person anymore. You're her shadow. I've been there. Years ago, I got so wrapped up in a girl that I'd drop everything if she hinted at hanging out. My buddies called me out. Dude, where'd you go? Stoicism's fix? Reclaim your center. Marcus would say, don't let externals, her moods, her whims, steal your focus. You're the sun, not a moon, bouncing her light. Keep your shine, chase your goals, laugh at your own jokes, live your life. If she's down to roll with that energy, awesome. If not, she's not your orbit. Obsession dims you, balance lifts you up. Stay your own star, bro. Number 10, don't trade your respect for her. Nod Stoics lived and breathed dignity. It's non-negotiable. Smart men don't grovel, beg, or kiss the ground she walks on just to hear, good boy. Respect's a two-way street, not a one-sided audition. Ever seen a guy turn into a doormat, apologizing for things he didn't do, chasing her approval like it's oxygen? That's not a relationship. That's a power trip, and he's losing. You've got worth, your principles, your backbone, your quiet strength. Don't throw that away to keep her smiling. I had a phase. Dated someone who'd sulk if I didn't jump at her every request. I'd cave, apologize for nothing just to avoid the drama. Felt like a clown. Then I read Seneca, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Boom, light bulb. I stopped bending, started standing firm, respect me or I'm out. Guess what? She didn't like it, but I slept better. A woman who's right for you gives respect back. She doesn't make you trade your spine for it. Hold your ground, fam. You're not a servant, you're a partner.